How do you get jobs? You're so short.
My thanks, Mom.
How are they going to work out with you and Godfrey? They're bigger than you. That's weird. You have so little body in your head.
That's okay. Are we ready?
I don't think you can be ready. I think all of us, the three of us have gone, we did a North American tour, and then we have gone to Berlin, Madrid, Norway, Toronto, LA, London, and here. And with every stop, it feels like the fans are just like more and more passionate. They're very, like here they're very polite. They're like, would you please sign these? Whereas some places they're just like, sign it, you know. And you're like, okay. But it all comes from like a passionate place, and I think that is very humbling and amazing for us to experience one-on-one, because they are the ones buying the tickets, they are the fans, they're as passionate as we are about the project. So there's no way to prepare yourself to be on a t-shirt or to have fans serenade you on a balcony like they did to us yesterday. But it's very exciting, and it's very rewarding to share in this with the fans. So there's no need to prepare, I think, because then you can't kind of live in the spontaneity of it, and that is what makes it more special to me, I think.
I think also what's great is that this movie is none of our first movie. You know, we've all worked enough, you know, to know how the game is played and to know how this works. We're all individuals, and it's not like any of us have a particular image or sort of, you know, that we're trying to be a pillar of morality for anyone else. I think, you know, ultimately what's exciting and different about this cast is that we're going out there and we're saying vocally, we're just as screwed up as everybody else is, you know. None of us are sitting here trying to be Disney kids, that's for sure. In that sense, I'm not going to go, are we? Is anyone trying to be a Disney kid? Because we all know what happens there. Like, you know, like, I think for me, on a personal level, I'm going to go out there and I'm still going to do whatever it is that I want to do. If somebody wants to write a story about me, great, please, go ahead. It's your job, but, you know, I'm just going to live my life. I'm not going to pretend to be anyone I'm not, that's for sure.
I just want my action figure. That's
By the way, where are our dolls? I thought we had dolls.
I know, right?
I'm like,
Dolls are coming.
I've just been waiting for the action figure.
getting up.
Hold on back.
Leave it, play with it.
You're adjusting my diaper.
A mí me gustaría saber qué expectativas tienen del público mexicano. El día de hoy por la tarde van a estar conviviendo con el público y pues ahora sí que qué esperan del público mexicano, que los ha recibido bastante bien.
I would like to know your expectations about the Mexican audience. You will be with them this night.
Yeah.
On the premiere, so I would like to know what are you expecting?
Loud.
Loud.
Loud, vibration, passionate, scream, tears.
They've got a lot to live up to, though. We've been to
Yeah.
some pretty crazy places.
Spain was nuts. Madrid was crazy.
Yeah, but not 10,000.
No.
10,000 crazy.
I have friends who play music and who come here to play music, and they've said that the gigs here that they play are just the most insane shows that they've ever played. Like, apparently it just goes off. So if that is anything to go by, I'm pretty terrified.
I heard there's lots of steps as well.
There are a lot of steps.
Yeah, I actually have a fear of steps.
You do?
I do.
Metaphorically speaking? Or?
No, actual stairs. I have a fear of them. So that's something that
That's what I was going That's what I meant.
No, actual stairs.
Specific ones. Oh, God.
Hi guys, welcome to Mexico.
Thank you. Sorry, we're all
No,
crazy.
it's fun. The cast is like a small world. Taiwan, Canadian, American, British. How spend your free time during the film?
What limited free time we had.
Yeah.
We went bowling.
We went bowling, we went up to Niagara Falls, we got to have like a road trip. Shopping.
Sushi, lots of sushi.
Lots of sushi.
She
I
baked.
baked.
She baked for us a lot.
I baked a lot.
Good baker.
She's a good baker. A little healthy for my taste, but.
But we were in training, okay? So you have to keep that in mind.
I mean, the weekends were spent like mainly sleeping or in pajamas, you know.
We'd work Friday night into Saturday morning. So the full Saturday was not really a full
Yeah, the full Saturdays were few and far between.
Yeah, waking up super late and just doing nothing really.
But we all had like family and friends over as well. I mean, Kevin, your family are from around there anyway. Your mum came over, my friends came over, so it was great, you know. But like when you work in such an intense environment, you know, for 5 days, 6 days a week, that one day that you're granted off, you're hardly likely to go and be like, right, let's go bungee jumping. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to want to sit and watch.
Any parties?
Yeah, in my home, my hotel room. No, it was very short for me because I only had about a week there, and I only had like a couple days on set, so my free time was just watching them work, you know, while I do my fitting and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to Mexico again.
Thank you.
I would like to know about what do you think about the gender of the film? That perhaps now that people are more embracing that we can coexist with werewolves, with vampires, with angels. What do you think about that and all of the success that all this kind of movie has to this day?
I think we've always, as people, as inquisitive human beings, been interested in the unknown. You look at the Greeks, they were fascinated by the underworld. You look at Shakespeare, wrote about, you know, Midsummer Night's Dream is predominantly about fairies. I think that, you know, what's good about our film is sure. I mean, there's werewolves and there's vampires, but actually those are added elements. They're not. It's not necessarily about those things. And it's interesting that you mention angels. What? Why are you giggling?
It's feeling my short.
Playing with a diaper.
I'm so bored of me saying the same thing for 6 weeks now. They just started to like do their own stuff. It's like, you know, I think the angel part of it is interesting for me personally. I do believe that there are angels. I do believe that there are people in this world that are angels that don't necessarily know it. But in terms of, in a personal level, in terms of vampires and werewolves, I've never seen a werewolf or a vampire.
I think there are people that can suck the life out of a room. Those
Like
are
I
vampires.
did.
Exactly. Oh no, I think in general, like fantasy, it's true.
It's very true.
We've all met them
We have.
together. But there's the interest I think in fantasy world is that you can step outside of your reality and meet these characters that kind of represent different forms or emotions of human beings, but it makes it easier to deal with when it's not real. But then once you take from that world something that you can relate to your own, it makes you think about things, and the seed's been planted, and you can kind of bring it back to your reality and relate it to yourself in an easier way because it's technically fantasy. But it's alluring and mysterious, and the great thing about ours is that it's already very real. It's a fantasy and a reality merged together. So it's about a young girl discovering who she is within this fantasy world, but also as a normal girl. So it's already kind of allowing the audience to enter into it with a more open mind and more a more closer relationship to the story.
How did you get ready for your character? Jamie, I don't know if you find similarities between playing an instrument or playing a role.
Yeah, I mean, acting, I'm going out there and I'm feeling what somebody else feels and what I'm saying, what a character says. With my music, I'm going out there and I'm saying how it is that I feel. But they both offer a cathartic process for me, and they both offer different elements, you know, and different things that I'm interested in. That's why I continue to do both, you know, within my personal life. Yeah, so I've answered that, and then
Well, we all trained really hard before filming physically. You trained like 4.5 months. I trained 3 months. Kevin trained
A week.
did not train at all. He ate my cookies.
I love his honesty. Yeah, brutal honesty. Most actors would sit there and just go, yeah, no, I mean, that's shit. I'm like, yeah. But then he's just like, yeah, whatever.
But he looked as badass as he did with a week's training. But we all like pushed ourselves and were exhausted, but it was a great exhaustion because at the end of the day, we were able to do our stunts and do the fight sequences and get bruised, and it was a fun process. Emotionally speaking, what I love the most about Clary is the fact that she is just a normal girl who doesn't know that she's this kind of superhuman, but any young girl thrown into those situations would be as confused, vulnerable, scared, nervous, anxious, all those emotions. So I didn't want to overthink anything. So really, as Lily, I was already nervous I wasn't nervous until the day before filming. That's when I think it all hit me. And I just thought,
I remember you
I was
were freaking
out.
Oh my God.
I was literally I was freaking out. But then I thought, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use it every day on set, because whatever I'm feeling, Clary could be feeling, or whatever Clary should be feeling in this moment, I can also feel. I can always feel scared. I can always find some reason to feel scared or nervous. And I just kind of tried to use that. So over-preparation wouldn't make it genuine for me, my character.
What is your expectations for the movie in all the world?
I'm sorry?
¿Cuáles serían sus expectativas para todo el mundo? ¿Qué quieren que sientan en todo el mundo?
What are your expectations about the film, like for all over the world? What would you like them to feel or experience?
Interesting. I think you just want people, you think why do you go to the movies? You want to enjoy yourself and see something you haven't seen before, feel something. I'm not a big reader, but I watch a million movies a year. Probably not that many. And it's the same cathartic reason why I do movies. I think I have an emotional attachment to films, and I hope people go and enjoy it, and enjoy what we did, and feel like they connect with the characters and feel like they connect with the work, and that's all you can hope for. My wife's dad saw it yesterday, and he's 67 and lives in Florida, not the target demographic. He loves it. He called me, and not because I'm now his son, but because he would tell me. And so for me, that's all I give a shit about is that some people dig it and leave and feel like that was money well spent, and they feel better for having gone.
After watching the movie, would you like to change something of your character, like maybe something physical, like the look, but also the personality?
No, not for me. What attracts me about Jace was his like beautifully damaged, lost soul, and I love that about him. I mean, I would never want to change anything about the way that Cassandra's written these people, ever. It's not my place to. I'm not a writer. I mean, I tried. I'm not good enough. Of course, there's aspects of your performance that you always want to change. I'm incredibly self-critical. I think as performers, we're all self-critical anyway. Of course, there's moments in the cinema where I go there and go, I wish I'd done that differently. But character-wise, no.
I think it's written into the next one anyway that I have more action, because I'd really love to kind of battle with everyone more. But I only became a shadow hunter in the first one and showed a little bit of, skill. So I'd like to do more of that in the second, but that's already written in. Otherwise, I like just creating it.
Horn music.
Yeah.
You think I'd order a pizza?
I'm here to
this hole.
I'm here to fix your pipe.
I put a hole in the wall in this bathroom.
No, yeah. Anyway, nothing.
More fighting, yeah?
No, more fighting, and I don't like to premeditate too much about character choices. I really, for Clary specifically, because she is constantly confused, scared, nervous, all these things, I want to be as genuine as possible. That's why I'm not reintroducing myself to the further books. I really want to just go on the journey with her. So for that purpose, I don't think it's about changing. I think it's just being more open to spontaneity and more open to improv, I guess.
I physically would want to. I trained harder, well, because I knew that I was doing the second movie. Because I think physically there was, you know, I wanted to look a certain way, and only like the last week did I get to that point, because it took 4 months, like Jamie had. So more the thing that I've been focused on more than anything was the physical stuff. I want to sort of look like somebody who could kill somebody.
It's all in the eyes, man.
Yeah.
Menacing look.
Yeah. I've got that.
For me, I guess I would say I would like more clothing in my second film. Yeah, that's it.
What if you work a word for you to be shirtless?
I mean, yeah.
He's a model.
I could be shirtless instead of just my underwear. So, yeah.
Sabe que tienen una química estupenda. ¿Cómo definirían a cada uno de sus compañeros con 2 palabras?
I think you have great chemistry amongst you. You really get along very nicely. How would you describe each of your colleagues, of your peers, with 2 words?
Godfrey, you start.
No, it's horrible.
Well, I've only met them for a very short period of time, but Lily's a sweetheart.
I was going to say the same thing about
Right? Jace is wild and sexy. Look, yeah, Alec is handsome and very aggressive.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's a headline.
Domestic abuser.
Exactly.
Charming and polite, I would say, for Godfrey. Lily is earnest and sweet. And Jamie is mini me.
Yes, amazing. Touche. Godfrey, genuine, and I was going to say sweetheart. I guess technically 3 words. Kevin, brother, and open. Jamie. Otherworldly, and indescribable.
Godfrey is tall and peaceful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Zegas is wise and kind. Lily is honest and intelligent. And oh wait, that's it. And I am delicious milk.
Tea bag.
Yeah.
Tea bag.
Professional wanker.
Maybe Kevin, I like that.
Right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.